So now a 4v4. Seeker's going to be used to try to open some space on the retake. Maybe gain just a little bit of information. Sick on top of their own wall in the back of the site, using that as a little bit of a elevation advantage to contest any player's topside A tower. Things will come to a small pause for now. Tex was hoping to open up some of that A ramp space, but
what do you need a break from? Is it me, dude? Sorry.
Try to do what they can, but as the situation starts to foil, you might have to consider.
I know you want me gone, really.
No.
You can find exits or at least at worst save this weapon.
How you turn this on you, huh?
You know what Hannah told me about you?
Oh boy. What'd she say? What's this here?
She said that you love me, and you think about me all the time. I'm not even kidding. That's what she said.
Listen, I don't know about the second part, but definitely the first part.
You don't think about me all the. Well, how can you love someone and not think about it all the time?
That's really easy. I got other things on my mind.
That's true. That makes sense.
I got priorities. I got some priorities sometimes.
Okay, let me give you an example. Then. Can I give you an example?
Yes.
Needs a break from you, Justin.
When you were solo casting the VCT matches, you really missed my company.
Yes.
See?
But I didn't want to be that guy to be like, yo, Justin, get on. When you like, because if you wanted to, you'd be on. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro.
That means that, of course, the hit is
it's nice to feel wanted sometimes, right, Mike?
That doesn't matter.
That totally
It
matters.
doesn't matter to feel wanted if the person feels like you know the wanted's there. So what does it matter if someone asks? You know what I'm saying? It makes no difference.
Making it now a 2v2. Third contestant will also drop just up the EU. Who does?
I mean, you got a point a little bit.
Have the ability of maybe splitting.
I get it. I understand where you're coming from. You're just thinking on that like one head spectrum though.
Okay.
Instead of 5 head like me. Because like if you were thinking 5 head, you consider that hey maybe I wanted to be invited. Maybe I didn't want to intrude on the great.
Yeah, but it's not intruding at that point.
I'm just saying, dude.
That's the point.
I don't know.
Would have made that last 1v1 quite difficult. Not bad in terms of damage done if you consider that a lot of that was just Chef one taps, especially long range from Andrew. You see that long duel that Sick decided to take and couldn't quite.
If you always welcome, like let's say your significant other, if you always welcome them to join you in anything and everything, that doesn't mean you have to invite them to anything and everything. They just join in whenever they want.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is making more sense to me.
What does that mean?
No, what you're saying is making more sense to me. I think you actually are right a little bit. But I'm always a person that likes to ask anyways. I don't like to put my presence in people's faces, you know? I don't want to feel like I'm not welcome. I know I am welcome, but I like to just not intrude anyways. I know it's not intruding.
Yeah, but the thing is, if it is intruding at that point on whoever the person is, then that person will be the one to tell you, hey, like, no, I'm good.
You would never, though.
Sure I would. If I didn't want you in my fucking face, I'd tell you leave.
You would not do that.
Yes, I would. 100% I would.
You're soft as baby shit. You would not do that. That's facts, though. You would not. You're not a bad guy. You're not a mean guy.
That's not being mean.
Telling someone that they're just like, hey, they come in Discord and you're like, hey, yeah, actually get the fuck out of here.
Well, I wouldn't say it like that, but someone would be like, hey, do you want to play? Hey, you want to play PoE? I'd be like, no, I'm good. Or like, hey, can I join you? No, I want to play alone. Like, it's not hard to say that. It's not hard to just say no to somebody. And if I truly don't want their company, I'll say no. That's why it's, you know, it goes both ways.
I mean, you're making sense. Am I making a little bit of sense?
No.
Okay, so only you are making sense.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Your point is,
listen,
you'd rather ask.
Yeah, because I like to have approval of.
But then you don't even ask. So then what's your point?
I asked sometimes. Mike, don't you dare say that. How many times have I come in your chat and added you and said Discord question mark? That's asking.
Okay. Fair.
Right?
Fair.
Yeah. Yes.
That's fair.
hold up. Speaking of
Yeah,
fun,
well, there you go.
Sentinels have two.
Point proven.
You
Case
can even see
closed.
there's another barrier or place defensively.
I'm trying to be
for Daps,
polite.
This time through B main.
That's all.
The aggressive peak shut down. EU can
Like, I wouldn't, even if it's my best friend's house, I'm not just going to show up to their house unannounced, you know? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, literally, my real life friends. Let's say I didn't live here and Clay lived here. I wouldn't just show up to his house unannounced. I would tell him I'm coming, right?
For sure. For sure.
That's kind of what the way that I see it.
I wouldn't do that either. I don't think anyone would. That'd be weird.
So what's the difference with like inviting yourself?
Because
to,
it's
like,
online. It's the net, bro. It's so easy. If someone goes, bro, it takes one click of a button to jump into Discord. It takes a 20, 15, 30-minute drive to go reach to somebody's house and be like, yo, I'm here. It's like, oh, I didn't invite you. Like, that's totally different, you know? That is totally different. One's the net, one's in person.
It's just being polite. That's all. I just like to. I don't like to include myself when I'm not included. But I see what you're saying, and I've got to. Yeah.
The net makes it nice and easy.
I know what you're saying. No. I get what you're saying. You're making sense too. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I'm making sense from my point of view, but you're making sense from your point of view. We can't all have the same point of views.
You have techs on 1,000. That's only
It makes sense.
Oh, I'm dying.
Listen,
5 rifles,
that
most of them are down to pretty much
sounds
zero
bad. You should get that checked.
rounds in, we've only got the one for NRG. They really need to pick up some pace.
And even if you look at NRG just really briefly, you'll notice that Sam does not have a paranoia, and there's only one flash for EU. So this is going to be really interesting from how NRG want to set up their defense, knowing that their ability to counter a push might only have one chance to find success with it.
The Hawk's gone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Apparently, you met with one of my mods
Use that to clear out
on
main,
Zoom,
so, you know, that's one less flash.
and he said
To the point where there's
that
no
all you
flash
could
now.
talk
I mean,
about was
look,
me.
Android will have a couple of layers. That's something to work with.
So I rest my
Chris has
case.
been popped to the stage as well. Android hoping for a lot here.
When did I do that?
There's 10s on the other side.
I don't know, months ago.
Can he do it though?
I don't believe you.
Do you remember when you did those? What do you mean? The online meet and greets? Do you remember the online? Hello, is this thing on?
No, I don't.
Answer?
I don't remember the online meet and greets. Not at all.
Shake and Bake. You know him? Does that ring a bell?
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yep, Alaska.
Okay.
Shake and Bake AK, Alaska. Yeah, that ringing bells.
Sure. Yeah. Jake and Bake. I know Jake and Bake.
You had a meet and greet with him online a few months ago, I think.
This was a while ago, I think. But yeah.
Whatever it was. Yeah, see, now you know. He said that you could talk about was me, so I rest my case. You loved me.
Well, that's because he was asking about you. How's that my fault?
You brought it up.
I didn't bring it up.
You brought it up.
I don't believe it.
It just feels a bit unfortunate.
Maybe I did.
Get overwhelmed, and if that Lear hits, maybe
you probably did because he's my mod and my friend, actually.
As he throws that Lear out, it doesn't
I don't remember this conversation.
So
you don't remember anything, though.
True.
Like, you don't...
A decent attempt for EU.
Anything. You always tell me how good is... Like, how is your memory so good? And I'm like, dude, that was like literally 60 seconds ago. Your memory is fucking putty.
Shazam, super patient. This operator's definitely found some value, and this is only the attacking half for Sentinels. They get better in the defensive half, which is a worry if you're NRG currently, because 7-1, 4 rounds left to play, including this. Early aggression being shown over towards mid. Nothing to make of it so far. I mean, there's ultimates available, there's the res available. There's
did XQC get banned?
Third Seekers of the half.
Again?
They just don't have the equipment. They need to find and isolate some kills here.
Bro, how do people get banned so frequently?
Or something.
Because they have edgy content that like rides the rules line.
They can go straight on to B.
NRG are heavy rotating up to B tower.
Did he actually get banned, or was that a cappuccino?
Well, you said that last night. Remember? And then I was like, oh, I don't know.
GTA RP. I don't know. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing GTA RP as much, and I was kind of confused. So I didn't know if he got banned again, or people are just kind of over it.
That he would have loved to have tallied just over the top of his barrier orb. Now you've got Shazam.
Oh, he got banned on Nope. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
But did he actually, or he just kind of got over it? He got banned from No Pixel again?
Yeah, that's what it was.
How? How's that possible? I don't understand. I truly don't understand. What did he do this time? How is that possible? He came back for like a day and a half, and then he was gone again. What did he do? What did he do?
It's probably not that hard to get banned, honestly, and he's He's XQC, you know, controversial, not following the rules. It's probably something as simple as that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, RP rules are pretty strict. Not following them is very easy to do. Shit, I probably broke the rules. I didn't even know it.
Probably really easy to break the rules.
Probably, yeah, it's probably super easy.
As they go for the retake, the back of site, there's going to be members. 2 of them were found. I think for Sentinels as well. I mean, with 5 alive, you got to play a couple of B-man. You got to be.
Oh, he abused the mechanic. Okay, that's a yikes.
Abused the mechanic.
Yeah, like I think there was like kind of a bugged car, and he like maybe abused the mechanic for it and took advantage of it. I'm not sure. That is like when you know you're doing something questionable and you do it multiple times, it's not really a mistake anymore, I don't think. Like kind of like me riding in that. Remember when I rode into that cheater's car in PUBG and got banned? Like that was a mistake. And I've learned from that. And I'm staying far away from that situation ever again. I don't want to be in that situation again.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool though. For the time, who gives a fuck?
Even for the time, it wasn't cool at all. When I really thought about it, it was a really stupid decision.
Yeah, of course it was, but it's not even that big of a deal. You got banned, you got your account back. It's not that big of a deal.
No, because it encourages bad behavior.
Yeah, but that's
which is exactly what I did. I encouraged bad behavior.
Yeah, of course you did. I didn't listen. I was there. I was literally in your squad. I didn't get in that car for a reason. I literally said no, I'm not doing it.
You knew better. I didn't.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying it's not that big of a deal. Life is literally mistakes. You learn from them. Now you know that you won't do that ever again.
That's true.
Yeah, so you had to go through that experience to know that, hey, I'm not going to fuck with in-game abusers ever again.
Well, I didn't have to. I should have known better. But yeah, that is one way of learning, making a mistake.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, I'm not saying you're an idiot and you didn't know that that's bad. I'm just saying it took that experience to never do it again, right?
Yes, but my point is it shouldn't have.
Yeah, it shouldn't have, but I'm not.
But it happened that way. Yeah, but it happened that way.
Then he's playing with his knives as he drops down from heaven onto B and just gets killed on the way down.
GlitchCon, that's what it was called, Mike. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And after getting a thrifty win,
the digital GlitchCon.
Kind of giving Sentinels the cold feet there.
I'm actually, that's crazy. I really want to know the actual, like what the actual mechanic was. Like if someone put it into a better perspective, because abusing a car, like a scuffed car, like I don't know what that can mean anything. I don't know what that means. Like I wish there was an actual in-depth answer.
I mean, I'm sure they all know, but
I'm sure the admins know. I mean, that they banned him, but should be a little bit more specific.
As far as what NRG are doing defensively, but are they still going to try to test this? First slow orb will dissipate, the second will take its place. And you still see a couple of Sentinel members are getting, well, maybe forced to get a little bit of cold feet trying to push through that slow orb. Still stacking in mail. You have to feel like this will eventually be the execute, but it just comes down to what will they use to try to get this peak off? Maybe it's just Shazam Tech's holding. Finally, the kill comes through.
He despawned a bugged car. They clipped him out of context and it looked like he cheated. Done. So basically, it's out of context, is what I got from a man. Apparently, that car was bugged. He despawned it. It made it like they just caught him at the wrong moment with his pants down and his PP out. And yeah, he got in trouble for something he was actually trying to solve.
Interesting. That seems... If that was the case, wouldn't he get unbanned?
Probably. I mean, it only happened yesterday, right?
Oh. I guess that makes sense.
Lose Shazam, but they'll pick up the round, and the operator goes straight back in the hands.
It just could help. I mean, hey, the simple fact is they're literally stacked on top of each other one by one, so as soon as Shazam gets the information, even if he misses the shot, it's enough for the go call to be committed to for Sentinels. And the trades absolutely come through very cleanly for 10s.
Oh, it was last week.
Or what? Yeah, he got banned for 30 days too, I guess.
chance for NRG to retake. But
Last week it happened. Okay. Well, if it was so weird, if that was actually the case, then he'd probably get unbanned. So it makes me want
fight it.
Yeah, but he has so many people fighting for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe he just wants to prove a point though, out of principle. I don't know. Either way, he probably broke some type of rule.
Oh, he appealed it 2 days ago. Oh, okay.
Oh. So he fought it late. Huh, cool.
It's interesting. I'm just wondering, like, how does it happen so frequently?
Either way, he'll probably be unbanned if that's the case.
Yeah, if that's the case, but what if it's not the case?
Numbers in favor of NRG's defense, but the weapons still very much so favoring Sentinels. EU holding alongside, to be fair, with Tex, who's only got a couple of knives left.
I'm sure it's a yeah, someone says it's a complicated situation. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's a complicated, I'm sure it's not just as simple as, oh, this is what happened. I bet you it's not that simple. Because XQC is never that simple. With him, it's never that simple.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's never that simple.
You feel like we argue a lot?
No. I feel like when you argue it...
Well, arguing could be anything.
I guess arguing, I guess, could be anything, but I would say...
argued that right there.
I would say we debate a lot. I don't think we argue, because arguing, when I hear arguing, I think like, I don't know, I think like actual, like, I don't know, anger and like really like strong opinions, and I don't think we do that. Do we debate? Sure.
Debating's great.
But arguing is I treat that a little differently in my mind.
I mean, last that they did play Luminosity, they were able to take an even 6-6 offensive first half. But that's not going to be enough, obviously. Gravity Well actually soaks in a lot of this push. Dapper through the cyber cage for one, gets away, gets the reload, and also gets a bit of help from Tens up top. And then after the reload comes through, Dapper will find the third elimination in this round, also getting some self-sustain.
I wonder at what point NoPixel just permabans him.
I don't know.
So, like, do they have permaban rules? Do they ever get rid of somebody completely? Because, like, if you're a server owner, do whatever the hell you want. If you truly don't, like, if it's the admins trying to, like, find their way to, you know, make some random ban happen, just fucking do it if that's what you want to do. Unless they're trying to actually be good admins and moderate and stuff. And if that's the case, how many bans does it take until it's fucking gone completely?
I know nothing. Literally, you're talking to the wrong guy. I know nothing about RP. Zero. I have never even considered it. Honestly, I should do a speed run on how fast I can get banned from NoPixel.
You could do that so easily. You could break rules. You could break rules so easily in an RP server. Fuck.
Perfect. I'll do it. I'll have the world record.
Holy shit! Oh, I thought he killed him. Permabanning is the thing. If he wasn't XQC, he would have been gone already permanently. Yeah, that makes sense.
This running gun shit is honestly kind of disgusting with the Spectre.
The Spectre, yeah. Oh my god, he just dropped both of them with a classic. Yeah, the Spectre is literally a run and gun machine.
It's crazy, man.
And then just try to finesse as long as possible. Trap wire going to be a problem. And you feel like it's only a matter of time before.
Apparently there's more to it than just the car thing.
Somebody made a good point though. Said if he wasn't XQC, he would have been already permabanned. Because like, why do they want to deal with a headache? They would just get rid of a person. But the problem is, it's a tricky situation to get rid of such an influential person like that.
Bro, XQC could literally, if it was my server, I would just ban him to show that he's not invincible, but I would never permaban him, ever. There's no reason to. He brings in too much controversy and viewers, and, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
People involved. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I would never, ever.
The third round of the half, and it has to be pretty good because look how many rifles are online for Sentinels as well.
It's too hard to deny that, man.
Also keep in mind as we continue on with the perspective of this,
I mean, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Free content. Free views. Free exposure. Shit. Can't beat free.
It's just yeah, free is unbeatable, really.
Spike will now be trailed back to get collected. Sentinel's defense has largely rotated, and Zoms is going to be tested. He does provide one elimination. Also sees Daps in the corner. Sick try to take good on that, but it's NRG from the high ground who do take the eliminations, leaving Zoms by themselves, waiting for help from Dapper. This is a 2v2. Spike has not made its way.
That's biased. I mean, yeah, but it's also like, if it's a business, then it's...
What? How is that biased? That's my opinion if I own the server. That's what I would do.
No, you're exactly right.
I'm allowed to be biased if I own something.
Exactly.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
You're exactly right on that. I don't think people understand that.
I mean, that 1v1, I mean...
It's the same with like streamer privilege in games and streamer priority queues and streamer this and streamer that. Like, these people can do whatever the fuck they want. They own that. They own that IP. They own that game. The No Pixel's a little tricky because they don't own GTA. They just own the server. That one's a little bit trickier, but it makes more sense in a game perspective when, you know, EA owns something and then they give someone privilege. Like, that bias makes more sense. It's a little tricky when it's in regards to a server setup in a game.
Yeah, I mean, they will literally just unban him, and he'll just... The whole thing is they need to ban him to show him that he's not invincible, and show everyone, really, that you can't just do whatever the fuck you want, no matter how big you are. And they're doing that. I'm sure they're going to unban him, because if they permaban him, it's not good business.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, Sentinels don't get to play their bonus here, and they bought up, right, they had all the rifles, which means they go into this round with, honestly, not a lot. NRG can snowball their economy a decent amount off this round. Are they going to expect this double up, though? This totem pole is going to be really effective. Shotguns all over the Nero theft as well. What's that, though? Oh, man, you do need to see...
Yes, Valorant commentary. Haven't talked about Valorant one time.
These matches don't fucking matter, man. They don't matter. They don't matter. There's I don't even know why I'm watching this.
Still good teams, though.
Yeah, good teams for sure, but both Sentinels and NRG doesn't give a fuck who wins here. They're just playing. They're just scrimming right now. That's all they're doing. They're practicing. Getting a little warm up.
Should be a trade, and there is a costly round, at least as far as who survives, but still a successful one for NRG.
And they shut down Shazam as well, because otherwise Shazam on that flank with a rifle could have made things very difficult for NRG. Credit to Sentinels for having that double up over towards B, where, you know,
what are you saying? This is for Challengers Finals. They're already in Challengers Finals, man. They're already in. They're playing for their EP. Little pee-pee. They're just playing for fun. They're playing for some pennies, cash money, little bragging rights, I guess, to say I beat this team. Oh, I came back from lowers. I actually think Sentinels is playing pretty hard, because I think they want to show that, like, hey, we went to lowers, but we won the whole thing. That's what I think. I think Sentinels is actually going pretty hard, but I don't know. It's just a guess.
I mean, this entire push for NRG is essentially just a baby. The spike is lingering A, so all of these numbers that are being committed, at a certain point, you have to wonder, is it truly worth it?
If you get seed number 1, you could avoid 100 Thieves, then maybe have a better chance for Masters in Iceland. I'm gonna be honest, man. Every North American team is pretty hit or miss. Even Sentinels, even 100 Thieves. I'm telling you, like, when I say they don't care, I'm serious. They don't care. It's not like someone goes, oh, I'm going up against 100 Thieves. Nobody's thinking that. In the top 8, nobody's thinking that. Because if you're already thinking that and you're playing for seeding, you're not going to make it to top 2 to Masters. You just won't. If you're playing for seeding and you're like, oh, I got to get first seed so I avoid 100 Thieves, there's plenty of other good teams that you got to worry about. You're not worried about one team. That's not going to get you to the top 2 to go to Masters. Trust me, I've been in this position before. That's exactly how they're thinking. No NA team is scared of another one. I promise you.
I mean, it would have had to been a spray down of all spray downs. All 4 Sentinels members were coming that direction. Which we've seen things like that from Android. Let's not get things twisted, but it would have been an incredible moment for him nonetheless. Bladestorm now popped as NRG are making this move offensively. Dap's going to throw some consideration to the top side of A Heaven, and well, how about it? Tex might consider to do the same through Vents. You see this push through for the side of NRG is focusing on that rotation specifically. Shazam, first one up, finds the first shot, able to cloud burst in, get away safely while also maintaining the dash. So this angle can continue to be held. Second contestant, not going to meet the same fate, rather. And that will mean that the resurrection will come down, but Zom's on the site itself, not too bad. Shazam getting aggressive, finds one more. So the numbers still...
Seeding matters a lot more when you're in a format where there's groups. Like, in this format that they use, it's not really that big a deal, but when seeding matters a lot when it's like a huge tournament and winning or losing this one match will throw you in a harder group or an easier group. That's where it matters a lot, but in this format, it doesn't really happen that way.
Saves the day, and EU, by the way, allowed Dapper to get into heaven. They don't spot each other. 2 ships sailing across each other in the night. Dapper gets 2 kills. I thought maybe the round was going to be over from this. This is what I'm talking about. Dapper gets through. EU turns around like, holy cow, how did this guy get past me? And then saves it by getting the last kills, or 3 total, the plant included. Maybe he heard 10s dropping down. I'm not too sure exactly what it was.
SUC went live? Hell yeah.
We'll give NRG a little bit more to play with. Still trailing by 6 rounds.
Didn't he gamble like $70,000? Fucking gambling, man.
Shazam now with the knives as Sentinels will largely be on a safe. Daps getting aggressive, finds the first cyber cage through the shorty. Will find an elimination.
Yo, what chair do you have? Is that the Aeron?
The Logitech Herbert Miller one?
What was the one before that you had?
The Aeron?
Was that the one that without not the back that you have?
Yeah, the headpiece, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Aeron. I was wondering what I had. I forgot.
That's the Aeron.
He's mega flash. That's like every
Sure.
flash hitting him. They don't even get a plant in. The spike was hanging out in Ramen that entire time, and NRG trying to be safe with it, like they don't want to drop a spike in a bad place, but they just get all the kills. I mean, look at the confidence, by the way. That kill onto Sick over towards the stairs. We're just running at him. I think that was EU running at him. Hilarious. That's NRG confidently playing up against Sentinels in what was Sentinels Eco, but back on...
Imagine energy comes back, though. Dude, AC's owning on Sky.
Like, yeah, he's missed a couple of shots, but those opening frags, those first bloods, when NRG are trying to get onto a site, and that has been fairly consistent.
What's the first thing I should do / learn in PoE endgame? I am the wrong person to ask. I can tell you that right now. I am not confident enough to answer that question. I don't have enough hours, man. I don't know what to tell you. I can't answer that question yet. My goal, my goal in PoE, I'm enjoying it so much, and my goal is to learn the absolute most I can comfortably in this league, so that next league I can have a much better time.
Right now, trying to get some attention over towards B. He's pulled over 3 members. While that's happening, the Seekers and the rest are trying to make their way on towards A. This is what I'm talking about. When NRG try to get on a site, Shazam is there, and he will get the first kill.
Oh, beautiful hold from Daps. The resurrection of Shazam will be free as Soms is able to find Som in
over.
Return.
There it is.
Daps
Done.
Top. Spy cam was placed to keep a top.
What is going on?
Which Sentinels obviously know at this point. And Dabs really can't do anything until Tex gets here.
Learn how to build without a reference. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a hard one. Learning how to build without a reference is going to be very, very hard. But I want to get to the point, like, I want to get to the point in PoE, I know exactly what to do the second the wipe starts. You know, and I'm going. Just like Tarkov. Like in Tarkov, I got pretty